I'm in the car, and it's sunny, so you're just gonna have to get... The sun is at a really awful angle, actually, so you're just gonna have to get a shielded view of my face. Sorry. Yeah, I'm on my way to visit Katie in Westchester. We're having a sleepover. It's gonna be awesome. I realized I hadn't made a video in a whole long while. I also haven't watched your videos, your recent videos, because I only just noticed that you did some. All I saw was the changing of the guard, and I was like, okay, is that all you did? But it's not. You did others that I didn't watch them, so I will. Yeah, I just realized I hadn't updated in a while. So these days I've been working at KI. My Ema texted and said, oh, like, Brian has some work for you in the office, so I went in, and while I was there, Stacy also had a job for me, and then Liz said, are you working here? I was like, I mean, just a bit, and she's like, come talk to me. So now I'm in the preschool pretty much 9 to 6 every day. 9 to 3, I'm in with a class of 2 to 3-year-olds. 2's turning 3. And they already have 2 teachers to put them in ratio, but then it's a difficult group. There are like 6 or 7 kids in there who really need individualized attention, or a one-on-one or something. And they're not really getting services because they're young enough that their parents are only just starting to work out, oh, my child needs services. But it's enough to make our class difficult. And then 3 to 6, I am doing league care in the waddlers room, which I think is the funniest name for a room. I mean, it's not actually called that. It's called, like, building blocks or something. I don't know, creative beginnings, whatever. But they're all about a year old. There's 6 of them. And they walk well enough that they're not allowed to be in the infant center anymore because they step on babies. But, like, they'll knock over babies, but if a toddler pushes on them, they'll go down. So they're in the waddlers room, and it's cute. They don't talk except Danny, who's my favorite. He's such a pudge. He double fists his Cheerios. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's my day job currently, as it were. Becky and Gil have me doing sits about 3 nights a week. Sleeping over there. They have the 5-month-old twins. So I'm sleeping over. It's 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. about 3 nights a week, waking up with the kids in the night because they're waking up like 2 or 3 times to feed. And, Becky needs more sleep than most, and that wakes Gil up, and he ought to be well rested, seeing as he's the only one working right now. But they pay well. They pay quite well. They pay my hourly rate all night, which is very nice. And it's, a fair bit of sleeping too, cuddling cute babies. And then I finally got a job in Korea. So I'm with Duke's Academy in Gangnam, and that begins December 4th. So I'll have time to keep working here until then, which is nice. I'm not leaving anyone in the lurch. There was a brief possibility that a job was going to offer for me, and they would need me to basically get on a plane the next day. But in the end, I did get that offer, but they changed it from being in September to being in October, so I would have gone in October. But at the same time, my boss was like, yeah, and I still didn't, my recruiter was like, oh yeah, and I still didn't say no to that Gangnam job. I'll say no when you say yes to this, like when you sign this contract. I was like, I think I'm going to take that Gangnam job. It's a literature academy, and the kids are all fluent. They read a new novel every 3 weeks, or they do a unit about a new novel every 3 weeks, and they show up having finished reading the novel. They have read the entire novel by the time the 3 weeks begin, and they present you with an essay showing that they've read it. And then the 3 weeks are spent going over the themes of the book and on debating some of the key topics in the book. And the person who interviewed me said they do not shy away from hard topics, pro-life, pro-choice, none of this like, oh, school uniforms or, why kids should have more recess nonsense, but like in-depth civil rights type debates, whatever is relevant to the book. I'm not sure how book choosing goes, but we'll find out. I think that I get some control over what books I choose. So it'll be hard because they also write essays, so there's a lot of marking. But he said, the person interviewing me, he's been there for 11 years, and most people are there for like 4 or 5 years. So that's good. Usually when I ask someplace, oh, like how long do people stay, they say something like, oh, everybody stays the whole year. Meaning, yeah, they stay, they complete their contract, and then they go home, or then they move on to something better. But here, it seems as though this is where they come, and then they stay here until they leave Korea. So that's a very good sign. That begins December 4th, so I'm hanging in until then. I'll be around for Thanksgiving, which will be nice. Not Hanukkah, unless I haven't looked at a calendar. I don't think it falls very early this year. I'm guessing mid-December based on the fact that now is between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. There's the sun. I wish it would go down. But yeah, so I'll have some time. And then while I was in North Carolina, the friends who live there are obsessed with the state fair. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called. And they invited me to come back for the state fair, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to my first state fair. They offered up men in plaid with cowboy boots, tall southern gentlemen, and I was like, I'm here for the fried things, but that's okay. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. And yeah, that's about all that's going on in my life right now. I went apple picking today with Jason and Lila Natove, and I think you know her, Joan from Cone Sedek. I know her from Temple. She's an Ed Major, kind of whiny voice, tall, thin, and a few of Jason's other friends. We're all going to try and come to, or